do something like that.
They had them, but and then nothing. And then
We done it.
what? Can I ask why the bottom fell out of that? I know you did. I've seen it. And was it like
We had a girl band down there, Pink something, I don't know what their name
Yeah, they were
Pink
paying.
Thunder?
Pink
Our
Thunder.
kids went.
1 week we had like maybe 20 kids, next week we had 2.
Yeah.
But we had the
Kids
first,
didn't
we
show up?
had the Girl Guides, we had the brownies.
Yeah, we had
We
all
were
that.
there. But then the volunteers for the Girl Guides and brownies, they had nobody to take over when they were finished, because their girls were moving on and they were moving on. There was nobody else to take up the slack.
Okay, but
So
in all
it's
fairness,
hurting
how
that
long
way.
ago was all of this?
Pardon?
Within the last, what,
5, 6 years.
Yeah, but membership went down within the last 5, 6 years.
Membership went down within the last 5, 6 years.
When was the
Something
last
worth
time you
giving
had a
another
meeting
shot.
that you had this many people here? There's an expert.
When's the last time you had a meeting at the Legion with quorum?
With more than this.
Seriously, I'm asking. That's.
Yeah, no, I laughed at it.
And I know it wasn't this year, and probably wasn't last year.
So you just gotta
Very,
look-
very rare. Only enough for election.
You gotta look at the
And that was
what's
it.
here right now.
That's.
So,
and
if everybody
how
showed
many-
up here, they showed up for a reason. So, at
How-
the end of the day, when was the last time this many people showed support? So, I think the support's there, and that I have a lot more people that are willing to sign that are not here right now. And will sign by tomorrow night. And I will have the letter to command by tomorrow if everybody's interested. But there's been some things, the committee, the executive got to be open to where everybody stands. And like I say, the door's open, we got to have a meeting right away, and we got to do whatever it takes to make this place go. And we don't want people walking away, getting upset or anything. Everybody got to stay together and be strong, or this place is
And
over.
that's the next thing. Reserve is such a small community for everybody to be feuding all the time, man.
Yes.
All these families fighting and all this, but all want to sit together. All want to sit there and drink together at the Legion. It's got to stop. Like it really does. If you want to keep the place open, it's all got to stop. I don't like a lot of yous either, but I'll still have a beer with you. I can edit this. Don't worry.
And just because something's been tried and hasn't worked in the past doesn't mean it won't work today.
Well, we can.
It doesn't mean
That's
that
true.
with some fresh looks on
Now,
it,
can I
some
ask-
fresh eyes on it, it won't work.
How many existing members are here right now? If you don't mind, just putting your hand up. There's 1, 2,
5,
5,
5,
6. Oh,
6,
sorry. Hold up a second.
7?
Out of 8 out of 21. It's the same problem you have with your membership now. Can't even get them here now. To save them.
That's the problem we have.
That's the problem you have right now.
That's one of the
Absolutely. Well, that's the biggest problem right now.
Getting the welcome mat.
There's goes back to the whys.
Maybe people didn't feel as welcome before this, so they do now.
Well, but then
People in, they need to feel welcome to walk
You
through
gotta
the
get,
door.
you gotta have the volunteers to do the job, and you gotta have the community coming in to support whatever function is on.
I would be more than happy to host a youth dance at the Legion once a month.
Well, then you
I
have that
volunteer my
committee.
time for that once a month, right now.
help you with it, Nikki.
But then you gotta get the kids prepared to get the kids.
Oh, honey, I know plenty of kids. We got kids. Like, we can get all kinds of kids here if we just gave it a chance.
Well, let's put all our heads together, try to get this place open. If you're willing to sign today, $35 for the membership, and money's guaranteed for anybody that signs here.
Well, yesterday's yesterday, and today is today.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Right.
This is where we have to start right here and start today.
it's Legion 2.0.
Yeah.
Okay, Bridge 2.0 from this point. Everybody has to get involved and make it new.
Well-
Forget about what failed in the past.
There is no Legion right now.
Failed in the past.
That's right.
I mean, we can learn from the past. I'm with you on that, Dennis. Learn from the past, but not live in the past.
Remember that
It has to be one
It would be much easier.
Yeah, but obviously this has got to be something ready, right? You know, we need this.
Yes, they're gonna want something. They're gonna want a point by point. This is what we're going to do to make this work.
Are they at the meeting, or is this a meeting?
No.
that
No,
we're
this
gonna
is-
get into this?
This is
more or
part A.
less is part A of the meeting.
Okay.
I am going to write a letter myself from me to the command, based on what happened here today, with some examples, some positive action plan. Because we can't put nothing set in stone until we get the doors open.
So
Really.
my question with that is, you know, obviously it's about the funds, right? You know, and the different ideas that we're having, I think are great, but is there something in line, like a profit and loss statement? Is that something that's continuously done? Do we have any idea?
There's a lot of things that have to be changed here, like you say.
Okay.
There
And
is
that,
some-
like,
I have some stuff I'll show you.
do ya? And I'm just curious, because obviously you need to know what you know, on a monthly basis, what it's gonna cost to run this. And then you also, my second question is obviously liquor's what, you know, what brings in the money, obviously.
Actually,
Um,
the liquor and the BLT.
And of course, yes, but concerning the liquor, are we buying that full price, you know?
Oh, yeah, we have to.
But not necessarily, because if you've gone to Coors Light or whatever, and, you know, have we ever tried getting advertising? We have, Facebook, we have putting signs up, we can put it out on the reader board. Have we ever talked to the chairperson to say, okay, well, we're gonna do all this, can we get alcohol at a cheaper cost? I've seen it done.
Or go directly to the distributor.
Stuff like that happens, stuff like that happens at Lambert Todd, right? They donate some liquor and stuff like that.
All that stuff has to be discussed immediately when the doors open, right
One
away.
thing on that, if you
But you gotta get the
go
doors
to
open
Coors,
first.
looking for Coors, like Lambert Todd did.
Yeah,
Yes.
then you can't sell Bud.
You go to Molson Brewery,
Yeah.
looking for them to give you money, do whatever, you gotta sell their product and nobody else.
Right.
You can't sell it.
Just
That
baseball
doesn't-
tournament,
that
same
doesn't
thing.
work.
Of course not, it's not, but I'm saying, like, you know,
Who likes Moosehead?
have we ever questioned it, I know with that, but have we ever questioned multiple people? Would you mind doing this? And I'm not saying giving it away free, I'm saying getting it at a discount price, you know, something that will, you know, not have to make more of a profit at the end, you know? It's just an idea,
Yeah.
right?
What's the guiding for the members or anybody to cut the liquor prices? Say that they decide to cut the liquor prices, would it be just for members?
No,
Buying.
Well, there goes another problem. Honestly, it's cheaper to drink at the Sandbar at the Hawks Club, which are your biggest main vendor. I know nobody wants to hear about lowering liquor prices because they have support and they have patrons that they can afford to do it. However, you got to lower the liquor price to get the people in. It starts up, well, from my opinion, I know there's two thoughts on this, and
Like I say, all listings.
and it's hard to lower liquor prices when you don't got enough people in there I get it, I
But
do
would you
get
rather
that.
sell 3 beer at $3.50 or 12 beer at
I drank up the
$2.50?
situation at
Right.
the Legion different times.
Yeah.
About selling beer for $3.50 and having a happy hour from 4 to 6. Most people don't get off work till 5, so the
Yeah.
first happy hour's gone.
Yep.
So then I said, you go down to Dominion and drink for $3 at the Sandbar, $3 at the Hawks Club. So you do the math.
25 at the
You take 6 beers at $3.50. You take 24 beers at $3. What pays the most? I bring this up several times at Legion, and nobody wants to debate it, saying I could sell more quantity and make more money than sell a small volume and make a less money.
Well, if that's the
Which is an old
case,
fact.
well, that's the case then, if we're gonna start here today, then it's not necessarily about making a profit for the Legion.
Well, no, quantity is profit.
Exactly.
Quantity is profit.
And that's what we should do what Sonny's talking about there. We shouldn't be looking to make a profit.
exactly.
No, not, we
I'm
can't
looking to
make-
keep it open. Get people in there.
Get people in.
We lost some, we can get it.
Get people in.
Before you do that, that's a risk, before you do that, you have to have a lot of commitment from the communities, because you're just taking on.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, but
Well,
we're
that's-
also looking at, would you stay and pay $3.50 for a beer and drink 5 beer? Or would you stay and pay $3 for a beer and drink 8?
I'll give you a good example. I'll give you a good example. Most of you know that I play pool, right? So I play pool every Friday night at the Legion. And for years, I begged Blair to open that pool table up, stop making us pay a loony. I think we deserved it. I spent enough money in there. I said, please. Years it took, and years. Finally, Mike got president. He opened it up. It went from everybody, temporarily, because what he did was pissed a lot of us off. He opened it up because I said, I guarantee you, instead of the 3 people that stay after darts, or 4 people, 5 people that stay after darts, you're going to have more people playing. I know it doesn't seem like a lot for that one loony, but for some reason in our minds, we'll sit there and drink and buy 5 beer, each one of us. So you sold 30 beer versus those 3 beer and everybody left. And it took me 5 years to get that in his head. Mike finally did it, got everybody to go there. There was 20, 30 people staying after darts. Then what did it do? Closed the pool tables again.
Well, I mean, I'm not knocking the bar.
Mind you, it's just little things like that that just,
Well, a good example there, a couple of years ago, and it may seem funny, but I mean, after darts, when Owen Head showed up with his guitar,
yeah.
there was that many people that stayed after darts and drank and sang along.
And dance.
And danced, and the only reason that stopped being was because the bartender wanted to get home early. And that was the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was
You
a
know, that's
good
the truth.
thing, it was a good thing, man.
We
you know?
could have kitchen
The same,
party
the same thing
night.
happened with Joey, with JD and those guys playing every was it Saturday? Man, that turned into a great time. It was a great kitchen party in the afternoon. All the guys wanted was a free beer once in a while because they were doing it for free. And you started getting 30, 40 people there in the afternoon. No. Forget about giving you a free, throw you a 40.
But you're not allowed to have
She was
free
pretty
beer.
good.
Okay, she was. but there was a problem.
Like we started that back in 1999,
Yeah.
and we did it for a while, and we stopped, and we did it again. We haven't played there in quite a while, to be honest. And,
But if you're playing for free and you're drawing a crowd, you should be entitled to a free drink.
not even that.
It's-
The big thing is, like you say, we just
Keeping people happy, getting people in there to be happy.
you
So
gotta.
what's
keep
actually
people-
gonna happen when we sign all these papers?
I'm gonna send all of them to command, show them the new support. I'm taking everybody's money and putting a safety deposit box at the credit
Can-
union. But with 2 keys, so I'm not the only person, somebody.
I mean, with the.
Do you get a receipt for what's in that box?
What's gonna happen with them?
They're gonna have an executive meeting based on what I present to them.
So they can still say no.
They can,
Yeah, they
and
can.
I'm
They
gonna be
can.
honest, they can, and that's why I wanted to try to secure people's money.
Yeah.
Because if we send them the money, they said they
But
will give it back,
do
they
you
get
have-
it in 6 months.
Do you get a receipt to say what's in that box, that money? Because they can just turn around and say, look, you photocopied all this stuff and you got a bunch of people to sign stuff and you don't really have that money in that security box. It's not the same as a deposit, like as
Well, if
a
it
deposit
comes to
receipt.
that, I'll go get a money order
Okay.
to the Royal Canadian Legion.
Well, don't get,
You get a money.
that-
They owe the money.
No, they
Yeah,
don't.
put it in Royal Canadian
No,
Legion.
they don't.